karmas anymore. But because of reincarnation, we still have to bear the fruit. We still have to experience them. And they could be, they're normally experienced by something joyful or something distressing. But when we take shelter of Krishna, one, we get the intelligence to understand that yes, it's karma and we've got to experience them, but also it doesn't make them that intense. So, for instance, you could get ill and you could end up having to go to hospital or something, but then if you took shelter of Krishna, it could be more mild. It could be like a few days of being ill, and then it subsides. So, as explained in the 28th verse of the 7th chapter, a person who has completely ended the reactions of all sinful activities and who is fully engaged in pious activities, being freed from the duality of this material world, becomes engaged in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of God, Godhead Krishna. In other words, those who are actually engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Lord or are already freed from all reactions. This statement is confirmed in the Padma Purana. Aparabra phalam papam kutam bijam phalamupakamokam kaminaya praladyata Vishnu Bhakti Ratamanam. So, therefore, the purifying potency of devotional service is very strong, and it is called Pavitram Uttamam, the purest. Uttamam means transcendental. Tamas means this material world or darkness, and Uttama means that this is transcendental to material activities. So, when we're engaging in devotional service, have you read the Bhagavad Gita before, Prabhu, or anything, or a little bit? Oh, nice. Yeah. Oh, joy. Well, read it again, and then you can keep reading it throughout your life, and it'll still be relishable. It'll still be something you might not know. Yeah, joy. And what we do, so Bhakti yoga, what we practice, is the most efficient way. Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda ki jai, Shri Shri Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai, Shri Shri Gauranitai jai. See, I'm still learning a lot of things. When I'm nervous, my mind goes a bit blank. Oh, bless you. Well, that's what we learn in Krishna consciousness, to be fearless. Like, we're not the body. So being scared of something is a bodily conception. The soul is Satchitananda. It's full of knowledge, full of bliss, and it's eternal. So, but yeah, the devotional service we're practicing, it's dovetailing Krishna. It's having Krishna at the center of what we're doing. So Krishna is non-different, like his names, his pastimes, and his form and everything are all the same. So when we're meditating on Krishna and we're doing these services and stuff, it's purifying. So this is similar to the impersonal meditations where Buddha realized that to purify the senses, we need to attach them to things that can purify them. And what's the most purifying thing that we have is God. There's nothing higher than that. He's the sun and bonum. He's the highest, the highest personification of goodness. There's nothing purer than him. Everything pure comes from him. Everything, love, you name it. So in our lives, we go through a process of like we work for ourselves. So for example, I used to be a rascal. I used to get intoxicated and things like that, smoke, drink, whatever. I used to work in bars and restaurants, and I was basically working to supply that fun, and I was at the centre of it. I was working for me. Yeah, exactly that, Prabhu. And I'm living a self-fulfilling prophecy then. I'm just going to be entangled even more and more into this illusion. I'm not actually going to ever question anything, because all I'm bothered about is supplying myself with yeah, exactly, man. And it's temporary. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because unless I became an alcoholic, like, there's a time when I've got to be sober. Do you know what I mean? And then, oh, life's boring. I remember actually, like, I would be, yeah, to have a good time, to have a dance and sing, I'd have to have a drink or something. And that was one of the main things of, like, being with the Hare Krishnas, that for the first time I could dance sober, man. And I could sing. And I wasn't bothered, do you know what I mean? I loved it, and it gave me so much courage. Um, oh, you're weird. Yeah, everyone drinks. What do you mean? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so when we start to put Krishna at the center of everything, it's purifying, but we have to also change our scenarios and surroundings as well to benefit that, because we can sort of reflect what other people, our friends, are like as well. And a lot of the time they might not want the best for us. They want you there to help or to be part of their fun time, but we're here to go back to Godhead, and we're here ideally to take other souls with us as well. We're here to spread God. So the main thing we have to do, we can't change the world, but we can change how we perceive it. And we have to work on ourselves. And like what I said with Newton's third law of motion, Krishna also reciprocates accordingly. So if you went to the gym once a month, you're not really going to see any difference. But then if you went probably like 3 times a week, you'll see an improvement. So similarly with Krishna, if you endeavour, he'll reciprocate. But the most important thing, and it says in here actually, is it here? Yeah, that basically Krishna, all he wants is devotion. So we can put this endeavour going into the gym, but then that's still technically doing it for ourselves. But what Krishna really wants is love. He wants us to become selfless instead of being selfish. And Bhakti Yoga is all these like-minded souls trying to reach Godhead that are going to help each other. So it's almost like we're going to the gym together, and Krishna's the personal trainer, yeah, spiritual gym, yeah. And it's personal. It's quite a difficult journey, because there's. Have you heard of Maya? Yeah. So, this is quite interesting actually. The other day was on about Yashoda, and so Krishna's mum. Do you know Damodara?
He was born in a jail.
Yeah.
And then Yashoda adopted him.
Yeah. Well, basically, if Krishna's God and he knows everything, like basically, this pastime Yashoda was going to chastise him or try and punish him with a stick, and Krishna didn't know what she was going to do with it. Because of this, it's called Yoga Maya. So it's this almost. So it's, I don't know what you're thinking, and you don't know what I'm thinking. So Krishna's made everything for him to enjoy, and if he knew everything was going to happen, like he wouldn't enjoy it really. So this Maya is almost like a thin layer of oil on water, like an illusion, almost a thin veil, and so that means that we're all this eternal spark, the soul, individually, and we've all got our individual relationship with Krishna. That also means we've got to embrace our own endeavour as well. Like when times get hard, we can try and get help and talk about it, but ultimately we've got to deal with it. But there's so much strength in being able to share our endeavours. So have you heard of Narada Muni? Have you heard of Narada Muni? Yeah.
He is the topmost of top.
Yeah, he just travels around everywhere, like.
That's
Yeah.
considered.
Yeah. So yeah, in the Vedanta Sutra 3-26, this is also described in the following words: Prakashas cha kamani abhyasat. Devotional service is so potent that simply by engaging in the activities of a devotional service, one becomes enlightened without a doubt. A practical example of this can be seen in the previous life of Narada, who, in that life, happened to be the son of a maidservant. He had no education, nor was he born into a high family. But when his mother was engaged in serving great devotees, Narada also became engaged, and sometimes, in his absence of his mother, he would serve the great devotees himself. Narada personally says, Uchista lepan anumidato jiva divijai sakrit sma bujnetad apasta kilabesa evam pravitasya visuddha chetasas tad dharma evatam ruchi pajayate. In this verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, Narada describes his previous life to his disciples Vyasadeva. He says that while engaged as a boy servant for those purified devotees during the 4 months of their stay, he was intimately associating with them. Sometimes those sages left remnants of food on their dishes, and the boy who would wash their dishes wanted to taste the remnants. So he asked the great devotees for their permission, and they gave it to Narada, ate those remnants, and consequently became freed from all sinful reactions. As he went on eating, he gradually became as pure-hearted as the sages. The great devotees relished the taste of unceasing devotional service to the Lord by hearing and chanting, and Narada gradually developed the same taste. So it's this devotional service. And this is the thing with Bhakti, like it's personal. So for us to relate and to help, we're creating relations, and we also need to follow in the footsteps of something. So it's most easy to relate to something. It's a person. So I think for me, that brought me even into before Krishna consciousness, to even be on the spiritual journey. My parents, and I love them dearly, they did an amazing job bringing me up, but there's only a certain amount that they could answer to me. They only knew a certain amount of this material world. They were atheists basically. They knew how to bring me up and everything like that, and then as long as I was happy, everything's okay. But I had bigger questions than that, so I think I was going on a journey to seek elders, to find the gurus, to find the teachers, to answer these questions. I always thought there was something greater in life than just work and having a family and all these things and that, and it turns out there is. And it's beautiful actually. It reminds me, what does it remind me? I used to love watching Harry Potter and like these magical films and stuff. And I've always had an amazing imagination, but it actually shows that there is something magical here, and there is something greater than just the 9 to 5 and and when we start to understand this, it's called an illusion, like this is all a Maya. But when we start to understand it, Maya can work in our favour to actually help us go back to Godhead. So, you can almost see this as creation place, because he with the sincere desire to go back to Godhead, that's the true manifestation of things. It's like we don't manifest anything. It's Krishna manifesting it for us. So similarly, when we have these scenarios of, it's like when we have morning class, there's sometimes when I'm like, this class is for me. Like, it's exactly what I'm going through at the minute. And I've had dealings with pride, with envy, with lust and everything like that. So manifestation isn't just this thing that creates, like, we can manifest money or whatever it may be. It's Krishna actually providing what we need to get back. But we need to be able to have that vision, to be able to see it. And obviously to do that, we need to read the scriptures and everything like that. But also more effectively is to have someone that's already seen the truth, so like a spiritual master, that can actually decipher these scriptures for us. Because I remember when I first started reading the Bhagavad Gita, I got told, and it says that Prabhupada says as well, to read it scrutinizingly. Because the first time we read it on our own, we're going to read it through our own conditioned lens. And we need it to be understood in an unbiased manner, as how it should be. That's why it's called Bhagavad Gita as it is. But we're going to see it, my name's Sam, and I'm going to see it Bhagavad Gita by Sam as it is, kind of thing, like how I see it. But then obviously it's not like that. So again, so the Lord says, Patram Pushpam Phalam Doyam. So he is ready to accept from the devotee any kind of offering, never mind what, even a leaf, a flower, a bit of fruit, or a little water, which are all available in every part of this world, can be offered by any person, regardless of social position, and will be accepted if offered with love. Oh. Whoa, that's amazing. Do you know what I mean? Like, God, like, oh. There's nothing more beautiful, I think, that I've ever come across in my life than this Bhakti Yoga, because it's almost like a science of love, like, as well. I've always been interested in like poetry and words and things like that, and etymology, and it's starting to understand the meaning behind words as well. Like, and this is what we're doing. That we're trying to understand the meaning behind our actions, and that's the part of becoming selfless. And it's nothing more than spontaneous service. It's like we've been here at the Manor. There's some devotees that I'm really getting along with, and you just know what they want, or you're just going to help them. You can see signals. So it's like, oh, if the trolley's coming up with prasad and like on its way up here, I'm not going to carry on walking. I'm going to help. And then it is said that this devotional service is eternally existing. It is not as the Mayavadi philosophers claim. Although they sometimes take to so-called devotional service, their idea is that as long as they are not liberated, they will continue their devotional service. But at the end, when they become liberated, they will become one with God. Such temporary time serving devotional service is not accepted as pure devotional service. Actual devotional service continues even after liberation. When the devotee goes to the spiritual planet in the kingdom of God, he is also engaged there in serving the Supreme Lord. He does not try to become one with the Supreme Lord. So Bhakti Yoga is so powerful that, God forbid, you ended up going to hell, you can still practice Bhakti there. That's amazing. And this is the thing with like these impersonal meditations and everything, they're temporary. Like even these mystical yogas that can float and can be small and can go to the planets or whatever. We're not bothered about that because it's kind of, look at me, look, I can do this. but they still might have a stone heart. But with bhakti, we just want to serve Krishna. Do you know what I mean? We just want to serve God. Like, it brings... I think with spirituality, for me, most spiritual practices, we're preparing to die. It's preparation for death. But also, in this pursuit and understanding death, we can become content. And that's powerful, being content. And that's what we get from Bhakti Yoga, is contentment. Like, all we need to serve God is, we can give Him water, like, with devotion. We don't need a fancy car and a massive house and all these things that we've got. We just need to, like, have an altar and food and shelter, and we're content. And you can see that with the like the 6 Goswamis. Like, look, even the disciplic succession. Look what they've got. Do you know what I mean? Their belongings, when they give up all these material attachments. You've got your bead bag, and they used to take, like, and with the painting over there with Lord Chaitanya, the arms. You're completely dependent on God, and all you need is that, like, God is within as well. So you're never on your own. So, as will be seen in Bhagavad Gita, actual devotional service begins after liberation. So, we're still trying to purify ourselves. We're still trying to remove the dust from this heart mirror. We're still trying to remove the unwanted weeds from our garden. And it's, actually, I said this in my last class, and I think it says in the hallway somewhere that, like, Lord Chaitanya is a gardener, and that's what we're being, like, being Krishna conscious. We're becoming gardeners. We're tending our creeper bhakti, and then we're taking out these unwanted weeds, and then slowly this creeper bhakti will grow up to Goloka. This flower keeps on growing under the lotus feet of Krishna. So after one is liberated, when one is situated in the Brahman position, Brahma Bhuta, one's devotional service begins. Sama savosho bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. No one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead by executing Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, or any other yoga independently. So these are different yogas I was on about briefly. So Karma Yoga is the action. I'm going to work in the service of God. So you can still work, but we dovetail Krishna into what we're doing. So, and we also want to do something favourable for our practice. So you wouldn't work in a pub or anything like that. You'd want to work as something nice. It could be caring, like in a hospital. Or you can work in anything, but you're giving the results of what you're doing to Krishna. So that's Karma Yoga. Jnana Yoga is trying to understand Krishna by intelligence. So that'd be like reading all the time. Ashtanga Yoga is like the different sitting positions and breathing techniques and everything. And these all could have been done in previous yugas. You know what yugas are? The yuga site, yeah. But because we've got like a shorter lifespan now, we've not actually got the duration of life to be able to actually attain liberation that way. So yeah, the Bhakti Yoga is the direct path to liberation, to Godhead. Yeah, we don't have to like go through these different processes, because Ashtanga is like the 8 limbs. So yeah, me personally, I'm quite lazy anyway, I think, and like doing this and like sitting down and doing whatever, it's like, yeah, I ain't got the yeah, we've got short attention spans, and especially me. And but yeah, with Bhakti Yoga, this is you can use this in your day-to-day life, because it's, like I said earlier, it's personal relationship with God, which means that we're understanding God as obviously his form of Krishna Jaloka, but also the Paramatma within, and we can see that within. So this is Namaste. I recognize the soul within you. So when we see that and we understand what we're loving internally, this material body is nothing. So even when someone's like spiteful or mean to me, I don't get offended by that anymore. I don't take it personally because I just see that as suffering, that's conditioning. Because the soul has got two jobs, and this is beautiful. Remember this, if you don't know this already. The soul gives love and receives love. How beautiful is that? That's gorgeous. So yeah, this Bhakti Yoga can be used in any planetary system, in any day to day, with when you go to the shop, when you're at work, when you're with friends, because it's all about relationships. It's all saying that with the soul, we're not the body. We're here to understand love and let's support each other. Do you know, actually, this is what surprised me actually when I first came into Krishna consciousness, that in the West, there's not so much a sense of family anymore. But I first went down to the Reading devotees, and they took me into their home. They only met me like, well, they heard of who I was and everything, and they let me into their home and everything. I stayed there for like 2 weeks, and they were so loving and caring. And that really, I was like, what's the catch here? Why are they like this? And it's Bhakti Yoga. It's like all in the East. It's this Namaste. So thus the process of devotional service of Krishna consciousness is the king of all education and the king of all confidential knowledge. It is the purest form of religion, and it can be executed joyfully without difficulty. Therefore, one should adopt it. So I think we've got about 5 minutes left. If anyone's got any questions or comments, there's going to be some errors I've made, but I'm still learning myself. Yeah, anyone got any questions or comments? Oh. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm. Yeah, exactly. Mm. Yeah. Mm. And to bind everyone with music and like that's beautiful. Yeah, and if any, just so you know as well, the highest way to catch Krishna, to get him into your heart, is through kirtan. And even if you might be in you might have had a bad day, if you can try and like enthusiastically take part in the kirtan, just sing and dance, your worries and everything just go away. And you're also allowing Krishna to see you a bit and to help purify a little bit. So yeah, sing and dance for Krishna. Read the scriptures, read the Bhagavad Gita. There's so many books as well, but if you want to really just focus on one book, just the Bhagavad Gita, because it's the direct conversation between God and Arjuna. Yeah, we've got the Bhagavatam, anything like that, but yeah, Bhagavad Gita, and yeah, association, come to the manor and stuff. But yeah, so yeah, thank you, and appreciate you, Prabhu. If you like, yeah, I'll chat to you after a bit as well if you want. But yeah, thank you, and keep chanting. Haribol, Hare Krishna. Oh, bless you, David. Oh, and David's the best. He's so sweet. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda ki, Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Gauranitai ki, Shri La Prabhupada ki. Ki Bajaya Jaya Gaurachandra Arati Kashobha. बाजे करताला शंखा बाजे घंटा बाजे बाजे करताला चंद्रजीने वदन उज्ज्वला नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्ता स्वामीति नामिने Radha Gokul Nand ki, Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Gaurani Tai ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Thank you very much for attending the Aarti. Please may I request everyone to sit down for 5 minutes for the nursing prayers for our protection.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Narasimha.